Colorado podcast is on. My name is Michael.
My name is Chelsea.
Wow. My Boston Terrier French Bulldog mix, Sparrow, is really just climbing right up there on that microphone. I mean, his nose is on the microphone. Dude.
Say hello.
This isn't for you, really. I mean, you can you say please? You say please? Just give me something. He was a rescue, so he's a little bit timid. Big show today.
Big show.
Freaking show today. Chelsea, we have a great story to tell about a giant blue horse with demon eyes. I'll give you all the details about that. Did you know that somebody died? Actually, a number of people have died surrounding that horse, which also is outside the airport. Another creepy place.
I think we can all agree that the Denver airport has very interesting art.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of weirdness going on there. I mean, I've even heard that there's like tunnels that go between LA and under the Denver airport to get elites and famous people and stuff around if they need to. Say something bad happens.
End of the world stuff.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I guess if you're going to be prepared, you might as well be prepared. Also, the Cool Colorado contest coming up at the end of the show. A woman named Nora is going to join us. She is a transplant. We're going to see if she can get 3 out of 5 Colorado trivia questions correct, and we can dub her a native.
A true native.
Holy moly, be careful saying that. We always start the show with something personal, and today it's going back to just that, Chelsea. Someone has a problem with us saying, calling the contest, "Are you native enough?"
Odd. I think it's very obvious what we are talking about.
Yeah. Well, and I think intent is important. This woman, Cindy Lou, on TikTok decided to go nuts over here. I mean, we're just having fun here. This has nothing to do with Native Americans, who, by the way, I love. That has nothing to do with any history of any sort. This is a fun play on the idea that people who are from here take being a native very seriously, and they hate transplants. I mean, obviously, this isn't the case in every single thing, but it's fun to goof on.
It is fun.
Yeah, we have people on and they can get a native sticker on their car, or we can also, by the way, throw natives out if they can't get 3 out of 5.
Yes.
So we could take away your native status. I don't care how long you've been here. Needless to say, Cindy Lou does not like us calling the contest native. She says, "Damn, how out of tune." Well, maybe I should. Let's see if I say this in her voice. "Damn, how out of tune of you to use the word native. Go visit a Colorado reservation." Like, really? I thought we were over this.
Yeah.
The whole being offended for other people.
Yeah, this was hopefully we're over this by now.
I mean, the woman, I looked at her page. She doesn't appear to even be native or like a Native American or anything.
Cindy sounds a lot like Cindy Lou.
Cindy's a Karen. Can we still use the word Karen? Does that ring true? People know what we're talking about when we say Karen, right?
Say Karen. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and we were just having fun with somebody on the contest, which we will do again today. And the contest is called, Chelsea, are you ready?
Are you native enough?
And we'll keep doing it. I don't really care. Be mad, Cindy. But I did respond to her, and then she got a little nasty. I just liked her thing. I just hearted it. She said, "Damn, how out of tune of you to use the word native. Go visit a Colorado reservation." I just liked it. And she said, "My generations of families and the sacrifices they made are not laughable. Go visit Fort Lewis, our Indian boarding school. Educate yourself." Is anybody laughing at any natives?
No,
I don't even think that's what's going on
here. Not that
here.
I can recall. I mean, I can hardly remember what I had for breakfast, but I'm pretty sure.
Man, the whole thing about getting offended for other people, I bet if you checked in with some natives, they'd be like, "We don't care."
Yeah.
Can we play? And so I said to her, "Chelsea, tell me if this is upsetting." I said, "Yeah, nobody's talking about your generations or families or sacrifices they made. The narcissism of you making this all about yourself is appalling."
No, I think that's very well said.
Then I just blocked her.
There you go. There it is.
People would wonder about me if they knew how often I use that block button. I'll tell you what, I don't want
that
any
block list. Woo.
Yeah, especially on TikTok. If you've been scrolling through and hit live videos sometimes, you're like, what is that?
What am I looking at?
Block. Here's the problem, though. Problem I'm finding. When I go to block certain profiles, I have to click on the profile.
Yeah.
So the algorithm thinks I'm clicking into it. So it's just feeding me more of this stuff. I'm in a blocking circle.
I feel like the algorithm should pick up that it's that you're hitting block,
Exactly.
not.
I'm in a blocking loop. Did you know we got a comment on YouTube as well? Someone's upset with us.
Oh, probably.
You remember the story, Mike the Headless Chicken?
Yeah.
What? Tell everyone about Mike the Headless Chicken. Give them a summary.
Oh, well, Mike the Headless Chicken was a very famous chicken, actually. Very well loved. He was a headless chicken that survived, I think, 11 months after his head being chopped off. But they fed him through, like, a tube in through his, like, what is it called? I don't know, sticking outside of his...
Some sort of neck tube.
Yeah,
They're
neck
just,
tube.
like, dropping food down there. Kept him alive for a while. Became pretty famous.
Really famous.
I mean, I think he was on... he was a question on Jeopardy. Like, some British talk show was talking about him.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we were talking about the story and we were laughing about it because it's crazy. Like, we didn't kill the chicken. This was years ago. But Kevin on YouTube. Had to swing by. New channel, new show. We haven't been doing this very long. Got to swing by and just... These drive-by people who are just like, I'm going to leave some hate. Although I do that.
These drive-by people.
I mean, yeah, they're like, and they're gone. He says you guys are not empathetic towards the chicken. Chelsea doesn't think you're empathetic enough towards the chicken.
Well, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, we didn't kill the chicken. I don't know what you're talking about. The chicken's dead, by the way.
Yeah,
It's been
chicken's
long
dead,
gone.
by the way.
Not your fault, though. Society conditions us that way. Imagine if a higher alien race cut the heads off humans regularly to feast upon our meat.
They probably do that in another...
Or we don't know about
world.
it. Maybe they do it now.
Yeah.
Who knows? He says, then imagine somehow you survive this and continue on in some cruel, unimaginable anomaly. Do you know how famous you would be on TikTok these days if you had like a little stub for a head and you could just make some noises? People be like throwing those things at you. You could do the NFT or whatever that thing is, the NPC or whatever, making all sorts of money. It sounds like a blast to me. Chelsea, is there anything on the internet that gets you upset that you leave a comment about?
I guess.
No, you don't. You don't got to lie about it. She's so nice. She's too nice.
Yeah, not really. I mean,
I love these comments, though, really. Like, leave us hateful comments. It'll be fun. We'll read more. All right, it's time for the cool Colorado story.
Nothing says welcome to Denver like staring down the face of a demon horse.
But Blucifer's our horse. How many other cities can brag about having something like that?
Chelsea, how many cities can you name that have a thing?
hopefully. I would say every city.
Well, of course, but give me some.
Well, we got New York,
What's theirs?
the Empire State Building.
Well, that and the
and the
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Right.
There's lots of things, right? Not at that point. California, the Golden Gate Bridge. I think that's
San
actually
Francisco,
pretty- San
yeah,
Francisco,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Interesting things, interesting big
Paris,
things.
I guess, if we wanted to go. That
Eiffel
far.
Tower,
Yeah.
sure, that counts. What about Space Needle, Seattle?
Space Needle, yeah.
You know what we have here in Denver? A demon horse. A demon horse. She's like, it's our horse. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about it because
Not our horse.
for one, I don't like that it's male, and two, I don't like that it's the color blue. It feels very non-gender specific and makes me feel uncomfortable every time I'm coming from the airport. So, people got all kinds of opinions though. Check it out.
Many feel this electric blue Mustang is way too demonic. Others say he's as cool as the big blue bear and perfect for Colorado.
How many people you think this guy was interviewing? And he was like, what do you think? And they were like, you know what I think? I think it's as cool as the big blue bear.
Nobody thinks it's as cool as that blue bear.
How do you feel as a native about it?
I've always felt uncomfortable about it, that I've never really cared to pay much attention to it.
You've felt uncomfortable that you've never chosen to pay attention to it?
Yeah, like I just saw it, you just
Sort of look away.
Yeah, you just are kind of like, all right, just
Okay. It's like somebody you see from high school that you don't want to talk to at a gas station.
Many feel this electric blue Mustang is way too demonic. Others say he's as cool as the big blue bear and perfect for Colorado.
Chelsea, explain the big blue bear to people because I think that if you're listening to this and you're not from Colorado, that doesn't make any sense.
There's this really big blue bear
a statue, yeah.
statue that it's right outside of, is it outside of the art building still, or is it now in front of Aria or where that other
It's in front of the convention center.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like leaning up against the windows, looking in.
Yeah.
Same color blue. I mean, it's
Pretty
basically
tall.
like Bronco blue, right?
Yeah, Bronco blue.
I think that's the idea sort of behind the horse. I would think, too, if I was guessing.
Yeah.
But who knows with this guy who made it.
Yet another opinion is he's not art and a waste of taxpayer money.
I mean, I think a lot of art is a waste of money, and I am a huge fan of art. Like, many of my friends are tattoo artists. Like, you look around this room. Like, I buy a lot of art, but there is a lot of SHIT art. You got some fun facts about Blucifer. Tell us about him.
Well, Blucifer is 9,000 pounds
He's a big
to
boy.
begin with, so that's going to add a little bit to our murder story.
Well, in Colorado, they're just passing a law right now, or trying to, that you can't discriminate against weight anymore. So I don't know if we can even talk bad about this guy at 9,000 pounds.
So this Mustang, maybe.
It's a big boy.
Big boy. He's 32 feet tall, and he's entirely made out of fiberglass.
Interesting. I didn't know he's made out of fiberglass. I like that. Let's see here. What do you think? Is it scary, awesome, or strange? That's what this news story is asking.
I would say scary because of the glowing red eyes.
Yeah, that does add a whole different level.
Yeah.
In 1993, sculptor Luis Jimenez was commissioned to create a public art project for DIA.
He's got work in the Met, in the Smithsonian. He's a, one of the leaders in contemporary sculpture.
That's pretty cool, actually, to know that thing that we see that we make fun of and it makes us wince and look away every time we see it was actually done by like a really famous. Listen, sorry, I don't mean to take anything away from the guy, because obviously it's an incredible sculpture. And I'd like to see some of his other stuff.
He did some big things.
You know what? I sort of wonder if maybe the glowing red eyes, or the like neon stuff that's in the eyes, maybe he incorporates that into all of his pieces somehow. Maybe they're like normal pieces, but they somehow have a little of that in it, because it doesn't work.
Right, like it just makes no sense.
It stands out like a sore thumb, and maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
I don't know.
DIA spokesperson Emily Williams says Jimenez created the Mustang to capture Denver's pioneering Western spirit. But what's with those Damien eyes?
The artist fashioned those eyes as a tribute to his father, who owned a neon shop in New Mexico.
Holy crap. Now I think my thought might be even more correct. Because if you think about that, that would be something that you would sort of tie into different art pieces.
Totally.
It's a cool idea anyway.
Yeah.
A large chunk of the pony broke loose and crushed the artist to death.
Okay, well, left turn there.
Yeah.
Not only is it a huge statue out there, but then he's making it, and some piece of it falls off and crushes him.
I want to know the piece. Is it the tail, the head?
Oh, come on. Do some Googling. Pull up Google. Look around. I'm sure you can figure that out. That's nuts. That's nuts. I've always been afraid of being crushed by something. When you're out mountain climbing and not mountain climbing like I do any actual mountain climbing. I'm not on the side of a cliff, let's put it that way. But when you climb a 14er and you got the big rocks up in front of you and there's people walking and some of those rocks start sort of coming down the trail and you're like, damn, dude, if one of those big ones went, I would be done. It would be awful to be stuck too, because think about it. I bet he was working on this thing by himself, and this thing falls on top of him and just sticks him to the ground, and he just, bleeds out? He suffers. Maybe it landed on his head. I don't know.
So he died at the age of 65.
Okay, it's pretty young.
And it doesn't say. It just says a part of the Mustang came loose while he was working on it.
Ah.
It severed an artery in his leg, and he bled to death.
I hope it was the wiener.
There are three main sections that make up the massive sculpture: the head, the torso, and the hindquarters. So I would assume it's the head, because it was the only thing. I mean, the horse is up, right? It's the only thing that
It's a high thing. Yeah, and the hooves are up, right? Maybe a hoof, a head, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the wiener's high enough. I wish, though.
A large chunk of the pony broke loose and crushed the artist to death.
Because of this tragic accident that some people believe that Mustang might be cursed, he has locally the nickname Blucifer.
Blucifer was finally installed 2 years later to almost universal scorn. A Facebook group formed calling for his removal.
But that's good art, right?
Oh, boy, you know who's in that Facebook group. Probably Cindy Lou. She's on my TikTok and that Facebook group, pissed off about everything else for other people.
The art is meant to spark a conversation.
Columbus visitor Kaylee Warren
Extremely strange.
still doesn't get it.
Every time we come here, its eyes glow red. It's really, really creepy.
Listen, you're from Ohio, so I don't want to hear any cultural stuff from you. You get no opinion on art if you're from Ohio. No offense to Ohio people, but gosh, it's gotta suck living there. Okay, all right. So it's killed people now. People got opinions all over the place. We're freaking out the Ohioans. Well, it's killed the sculptor, But also, let me tell you something. This is actually true. I was driving to the airport one day and I saw a whole bunch of cops and FBI things, right? Because I'm already weirded out by this statue.
Yeah.
As a transplant, we don't have this stuff. Like, we have the Space Needle in Seattle. I mean, there's like a troll under a bridge somewhere, but it's not like scary. Not that this is scary, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm driving by and I'm like, man, that thing's crazy. And I look down, there's all these FBI vehicles underneath it and cops with lights going. Apparently, some nutty dude stole a car, drove it down under there, and was shooting a gun off like near the statue. And then there's some Uber drivers that say they could see him and they were driving and he turned the gun out towards the cars and started shooting towards the cars.
That's a problem.
So obviously people are calling the cops at this point. The regalia shows up, like confronts the guy, surrounds him or whatever, and he shoots himself underneath the statue.
Okay, that is cursed for sure.
There's
like,
two murders.
Two. If anybody has any story about this Blucifer, call in.
Yeah, exactly. There's also, I saw a story that someone had vandalized it. They spray painted it.
I did hear that one.
I don't know about that, bud. I don't know if that's the thing you want to go mess around with. Like bad luck for the rest of your life or something. Yeah. Like anytime you're around a horse, it just like kicks at you, or like tries to beat you.
Then there's Blucifer's price tag, which is a common complaint. In reality, though, Blucifer was funded by the airport's enterprise fund and not taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, but I always think, like with stuff like this, can't you use that money for something better? What was the money? How'd it work out?
So they started out at $300,000,
okay,
but then it took forever to finish because he died. So he had to. Well, they had.
I guess somebody had to jump in.
Somebody did. I don't know who. And I think by the time it was all over, it was double. It was $650,000.
Wow, even more than double. That's crazy. What a waste of absolute money. Although I will give it to him. It's fun having something to talk about on the podcast. So we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. My question is, why finish out if he dies? Just be like, okay, we're done with the project.
Just scrap it after all that money's been spent. Everybody's like, who cares? What's left? I don't know. Just slap some blue paint on that thing. It's over. Make sure it doesn't kill anybody else.
Glowing eyes on it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do it. It's time for the Cool Colorado contest. Are you native enough? On the phone with us, Nora. Nora, how are you?
Hello, I'm fabulous. How are you?
I am great, Chelsea.
Amazing.
First things first, okay? As you've heard, the contest is called Are You Native Enough? It offends some people. Are you a Colorado native or are you a transplant?
I am, in fact, a transplant.
Ooh.
Where is your country, town, city of origin, ditch? I don't know where you came from. Tell us where your city of origin is.
Far, far away. I came here from Lithuania.
Wow.
Oh.
Holy moly, that's a long way.
That's a new one.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like she just came over from California, which is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's refreshing, right?
Yeah, so refreshing.
What brought you here?
My parents and a green card. I was 10. I had no choice.
Interesting. My parents moved us from Vancouver, Washington to Yakult, Washington. A whole like half hour away. Great. Did you ever move, Chelsea?
Kind of once,
just
actually.
In town, though?
No, out of town. I lived way up in the mountains by Walden.
Oh, really?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So you had a little move, but nothing like country to country.
No.
I wish my parents at this point, I wish my parents right now would come get me and take me out of the country. That'd be fantastic. So you've been in Colorado, Lithuania. Which one you like better?
My heart is always going to be back home in Lithuania, but I've traveled enough of the United States to know that if I'm going to live anywhere, I'm happy to call Colorado my place.
Oh, give her a hand there. That's a good answer. That's a good Colorado answer for a transplant. People will be very excited about that.
Yes.
That is fantastic. So, Chelsea, are we ready with the 5 questions? The way the contest works is she can get a native sticker on her car. She can consider herself a Colorado native if she can answer 3 out of 5 questions. Are you ready, Chelsea?
I am ready.
Go.
Which iconic amphitheater is located in Morrison, Colorado?
Oh, Red Rocks. You got to know that.
All right. We're on a roll already.
Question 2.
Go ahead.
Which national park in Colorado features ancient Puebloan cliff dwellings?
I wish I had the Jeopardy music right now.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh, that's going to be Mesa Verde?
Dang.
Right on.
I thought that one would actually be difficult. She's killing it out here. She's got 2 applauses. All you got to do is get one more, and she could be considered a native.
All right, one more. Let's go. Number 3. What is the official state animal of Colorado?
Bighorn sheep?
That's it.
Wow. Yeah, all 3 right.
Also, the mascot, whoop whoop, for the Colorado State Rams, right? Colorado CSU.
Yep.
Yeah.
CSU. That's awesome. So she can be deemed a native now. That's 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's it. So if anybody ever asked you if you're a native Coloradoan, you could just say yes. That's all you have to do. It's done. We have 2 more questions. If you want to give it a shot, Chelsea, go ahead. Give her number 4.
Yeah, number 4. Who is the quarterback of the Denver Broncos?
Oh, a man who's winning right now. I like that.
Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I like. Oh,
Can't forget the applause.
always got to give the applause. All right. Have we ever had anybody yet in this contest get 4 out of 5?
So far, she's the only one.
That's all right. Okay. All right. So one last one. Chelsea, make it hard if you can.
Number 5.
Oh, geez.
Which Colorado city hosts the annual Great American Beer Festival?
I mean, I think I would have a guess for this one even if I didn't know, just because I would go maybe the biggest.
I suppose Denver would.
There you go.
Yes,
all right, she's got it. All right, 5 for 5.
5 for 5.
Holy moly. I'm impressed. That is the best showing we have had on this show so far. Nora, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you playing. If anybody else wants to play, all you got to do is DM us, get on the list, and we'll get you set up.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
Thank you.